Hey gang, Randy the Harmonica Man. Welcome to the Harmonica Man channel. This is a 2021 good morning hungover chat. If any of you have survived the night and all the bullshit that went with last year, then come and join me for the chat. Shit, I should have grabbed my harmonicas so I got something to do. I am going to put the link in the description here. Let's see. That way anybody pops in here, they can join me if they want. Have a little chat. Now, it's come to my attention that we're not over the political bullshit, and everybody's still screaming, we need to do this and do that and blah, blah, blah. No, you don't. That's the whole problem. You've been duped into it to begin with. From any side, but, usually the right. And them damned old Democrats ain't sneaking in your windows and stealing your babies and eating them or taking them off to some cabal so they can cut their heads open and suck juices out of them and make a fucking happy drug. That's all bullshit. I heard some shit from many people last night. Well, it's because the liberals are taking over the school. No, they're not. Hey, Warren.
Hey, Randy, good morning.
Yeah, I'm just doing a little bit of bitching right now.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to drop. 2020 is over.
Yeah.
Things have changed. There's nothing we can do about it. So we need to all start getting along and stop making excuses to blame each other for shit.
Yeah. Poo on politics. Politics are a pain in the
butt.
Yeah,
I agree. Do you remember when nobody talked about it because they knew it was fight picking bullshit? So they just had the common sense not to do it?
Yeah, just politics is trouble. Hey, if it weren't for politics, we wouldn't have so many taxes.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder why this camera is. See now.
My pet I wonder why my what they call the electoral college votes. I mean, when you got 4 states out there that can make or break an election, all right, let's say that one candidate got 85% of the popular vote, what the people want, but the other one got only 25% and won because he got the key electoral states. It's bullshit.
Yeah, it is, and it has been. Well, that's because when our Constitution and all the other laws were written, 200 years ago, they were still written up by the ruling elite.
Yeah,
and
but back then
they knew a lot of the time, or they thought people were too stupid to think for themselves, and somebody needed to do their thinking for them. So whoever was the little lord of the land in their area, I mean, it's the same formula as what it was in Europe. They just called them different. Instead of the lord of the land, they call them the electoral college or something, or anything like that. And true leadership, people are gullible and will fall for a lot of stuff, but holy shit, I think the popular vote should be the thing that elects presidents, and not a few people making excuses to rule over the rest of us. One person ruling over another person is inherently wrong.
Yeah.
But and none of them know how to play a harmonica worth of shit.
Congressman, all that. It should be popular vote. Because the people know what they want. They don't. But you just take a very few handful and they decide what everybody gets. Not the popular. It's the
right.
Like you said, these elite little few. Maybe we don't want what they want,
Well, right.
But
Well, and
that's
Nerdy,
what
just made a point here. Proportional representation. Yeah, yeah, and that would be, better, and get rid of gerrymandering, and the the proper representation would be much better. But at some point, it's still telling everybody what they could do with their paycheck.
yeah.
Hey, you don't get the chat here, do you, Warren? You
Not
can't
what
see the
I
chat
can't
from
see
here,
it
can you?
runs on my panel. My phone will
Nerdy
only
wrote
do
it. Just said
one or the other.
came up with a solution for them all. It's the compulsory harmonica lessons for all politicians.
There you go.
That'll fix them.
At least give them something to do besides aggravating everybody else. And they might just learn something.
Yeah. Yeah, could you imagine, watching a presidential debate and one person handing another person a harmonica and going, "Oh yeah, play this, motherfucker."
Yeah, there you go. Instead of arguing back and forth, they can do dueling harmonicas.
Yeah.
Be a whole lot more entertaining.
And the winner gets to be in control of the liberal arts.
By the way, really enjoyed the back and forth on Shimmer's channel last night. Right after that was over, my data ran out, dropped me. And it was early this morning before I got the data back on. For some reason.
Yeah, I went back on there and explained that to him.
Yeah, but that was
that's what happens. The YouTube sucks it right out of the phone for sure. That's why I want to have the internet here at the house so I can use this laptop, because my phone right now is just about out of data anyway.
Yeah, Wi-Fi don't run out
because of all this.
I wish I had a Wi-Fi.
I haven't really been on shows or anything.
I wish I had a Wi-Fi
connection.
It's worth it. Yeah, because I put $30 extra of data on my phone this month. $30 extra worth on top of the $50 a month I pay for the phone. So I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I put $15 on it. Mine's like $95. Hey, Shimmer Soul, how are you doing? Would you like to join in? I have the link above you there. But yeah, this society that we live in right now needs to stop being so damn expensive. We can't move forward if everybody's forced into poverty, just to get the simplest of bullshit done. And it's not just entertainment. It's, like something that I'm doing, I'm actually trying to build myself up so I can make some sort of a change and create value for the world through not just music, but other things that I can go use the music for, to go like make money or do a charity with, or save runaway kids, or who the hell knows what I'll do, but it's something that I'm trying to push forward with. And you can't do it if you're sitting here broke. I mean, you just don't have a chance. And the world is shut right frickin' down.
Yeah.
To where nobody is out there making money or anything.
I don't know if you've seen it or not, but the video I did on the Dragon's Breath heater, well, what inspired me to go ahead and build that was the price of kerosene. One of my tenants, poor guy, he only gets like $780 a month. And he was spending over $100 a month on kerosene. It is terrible what they charge for it. $5 a gallon.
Yeah, almost.
That's good for
$5. Yep.
Yep. I says no.
Now times 30.
And I actually built it for him. And I spent almost no money building it.
All right, Greg.
And it works absolutely beautiful. And you can go out and you can get wood from just about anywhere. You can go to construction sites. They're throwing away scraps of wood all the time. And they'll give it to you. They'll say, sure, Just don't step on a nail and hurt yourself,
Now we
Uh,
got a
you can
special
get
guest
wood
coming
for
in here,
wood.
Warren. I think you know her.
Hey, come here.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm
You got a bit of static. I don't know what happened.
I'll go out and come back
Warren's
in.
kind of
Hold on.
half muted out. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
let's do that. Okay, now say something, Warren. Let's see
Oh,
if
I'm here.
this.
You got me?
Okay, yeah, it's back to normal now. So,
Yeah,
okay,
it sounds like
now Huh. Yeah, I don't know what happened. It might
How
even be
weird.
on my end. I don't know.
Okay, let me try another set of earbuds I
Yeah,
have.
Warren, we can barely hear you.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to try another set of earbuds.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah, let me
I
mute
could
you
hear
out
it
for a
good.
second.
I could hear it good, but it
Yeah, this is weird.
sounded like a
Can
downpour
you?
of rain in the background.
There's a line of static. Yeah, it's weird. Huh. Must be those ghosts in the machine that came haunting last night.
Well, we had some weird noises on one of our streams one night. I mean, some of
Okay.
it sounded
Is it
like
better now?
melody. Now, much better.
It is.
Okay. I have a defective set of
You know, it's kind of
earbuds,
funny.
I think.
Oh, okay. Put it on your wish list to get something like this. I gotta turn this sideways so people can see me. This is horrible. I need a webcam. But actually, now my computer's at a 45-degree angle, and if I type, I'll probably hurt my pinky.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I was on somebody was saying, like, right here in Michigan, um, they had a parabolic dish, and they had it over the river, and they were listening to the river sounds and hearing something drop rocks into it, or they were doing like Bigfoot search or some bullshit, and you can hear a female voice in the background, and the guy said, yeah, this is the first time I've captured anything paranormal on there. And I'm like, one, how do you know it was paranormal and not your next door neighbor yelling at the kids? And two,
Oh, a
I can't
parabolic
handle
dish.
one normal, much less a
Oh,
pair
my
of them.
Lord. Parabolic dish.
How could you
My
handle a
Lord, you can hear
paranormal?
stuff a mile away. I mean, it is phenomenal how well they pick it up. Because
Yeah,
we
I
had,
want to.
Well,
I want
okay,
to track
like
the wolves and stuff around my house.
what
So
happens
I want
with
one.
me on when I go and do the streams and we hear the really strange noises. It all depends on your perception of what you view, your spiritual perception. I think, some people are going to say it's just interference, electrical, and then some are going to say it could possibly be some kind of communication. So it's just a matter and who's right and who's wrong.
it's hard to tell.
Well,
It's just,
that's a good question. Now let me try to explain. Um, now, how could you tell when something is right? If someone is right, is when it actually comports with reality, instead of speculation and saying and making a claim to what it is. The
Scientific. You're like the
the facts
scientific mind.
the
My throat every time I get
yes.
on here.
Well, I'm also an atheist and a skeptic, and I know plenty of great scientists and great people, almost as broke as I am, but they're smart. But anyways, the truth is what the facts show, and the facts show because the evidence comports with reality that points in that direction, and everything else has dropped off to the wayside. It's kind of like what's his name there, the guy with the funny hat and the pipe, the inspector there.
Sherlock.
When everything else is gone, the last thing, yeah, Sherlock. When everything else is gone, the last thing remaining has to be the truth.
There you go.
So that's what it is.
He was,
So,
I
he
think
was
we each live
but
in
you
our
can't.
own reality. We construct. That's my opinion. We each
Well, right.
construct our own reality, and it's from our perception of experiences. And I think, I'm one of these people, everything has the energy, a spirit. So, here I am. I'm totally going to be opposite of the, total
All right.
scientific thought. So it's interesting, though.
And
It
that's
really
fine.
is.
What I liked
It doesn't
about
matter. You're
old
still
Sherlock
hot. You
Holmes,
can come on my show. Who cares?
Okay.
You let me play
what I liked
harmonica
about
on your show. I don't care what you believe.
what I liked about old Sherlock Holmes, he was so observant. He paid attention to every little tiny detail. I love that about him.
Yeah,
Right,
that.
nerdy. There's only
What
one
was his name?
reality, the one you believe.
Sherlock Holmes. You know, he was
The author. Was it Conan Doyle
and
who wrote that? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure
The
the
author
author.
of that, he was brilliant to write that
I
in
think you're
for
right. I think
because
it was Conan
Sherlock,
Doyle.
is fictional.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, it's been so long from because I've read thousands of books and spent a lifetime of study. The problem with my brain is one thing goes in and I put another one in and that one goes out. It's like if I'm learning to
it's like
fix a car or whatever like that. It's like I just forgot how to cook.
it's
I'm that
like
dumb.
having a little bitty hard drive that's got auto delete. Something you ain't used for a while just goes away.
Have you noticed that with
Yep.
age or okay, yeah. I think that's common, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It is. They say if you
I
don't
guess
use it, you lose it too. So the brain is a muscle that you're supposed to keep on keeping it active, and
Mm-hmm.
even if you're retired or whatever, do the crossword puzzles and stuff like that, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
There's a lot of apps
I
for
would I
that.
would rather study engineering or something. Right. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's coming out now, which is cool because it saves on paper and going and
Yeah.
buying paper.
Mm-hmm.
my
Excuse me.
problem is
I'm
I
I'm
remember
very
too
I'm
much.
a dumb person in so many things, and then I have my like what I would call my pluses, things I have knowledge on, but I'm not a person that would claim to be like, oh, I can't stand when someone tries to come across as being smart when they're really, what is smart anyway? Exactly. How can we gauge that?
Well, I
I don't
think
know.
it's kind of
Well, a lot of that is
categorical.
called the Dunning Kruger effect.
The
The Dunning
what?
Kruger effect is when somebody is so stupid they don't. Dunning Kruger.
Mhm.
It's when they think they're the smartest person in the room
Mhm.
and they're actually the dumbest person in the room. They just come in and
Mhm.
start spewing off whatever and then acting like everybody else is stupid and then nothing smart is actually coming out. They're that dumb. They're outside of reality and just talking out their butt. That's called the Dunning.
Yeah,
I don't know where it came from or anything, but that's what I know it as. I could be wrong. Don't. I mean, I'm
I,
wrong an
I
awful
like
lot.
I like the term intelligence other than smart because what that does is it breaks it down into categories. Somebody might be very intelligent on, say, mechanical engineering, but have no clue how to turn the washing machine on.
Mhm.
It's just
Yep.
it's
Yep.
whatever somebody's
Well,
good
there's a
at.
lot of billionaires that I know that have admitted I don't know how to change a light bulb. Everybody's done that for me my whole life. That
Yep.
kind of thing.
My problem is I remember too
It sounds like
much.
You
I can
remember
remember
too
the first
much? Is that
thing I
what you're
ever
saying?
welded, what color the paint was on it, how many beads I put on it to put
Hmm.
it together. And it's just the details, details, details. And sometimes it drives me nuts.
Hmm.
I remember all these
Wow.
little tiny things from back when I was a kid, but all of them put together makes me what I
Hmm.
am today. Uh, you hand me a piece of equipment that I've never worked on. And after a few minutes of studying it, I figure out how it works, why it works, and then I can fix it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Hmm. Well,
what
with
I
me,
do,
half of my life was blocked out.
uh, what I do is I've studied electricity, I've studied plumbing, I've studied hydraulics, I've studied nuclear principles, I've studied atomic theory, I've studied a little chemistry. I'm not real good with chemistry. Biology, very good with it. Uh, Physiology, physics, and all of it put together is what we do to make things happen. So, over a period of
Hmm.
years, I have amassed all these little pieces of things that allow me to do what I want to go do. It's not it's not that I'm smart. I would rather use the term intelligent because I can look at a situation and figure out how to either make it work or avoid it. And it does help. But like I said, all the
Oh
little
yeah,
tiny
yeah.
details,
You know,
the
knowledge
little
is
tiny
power. The
Interesting.
details
correct
is
knowledge is
what
power.
the tiny details is what makes everything work. I mean, if you got a car and there's one little wire that is not connected, it's not going to run.
Oh, I'm dealing with tiny details right
Hmm.
now. Something that is going on with the cabin that I'm in a cabin that's it was going to be easy just to add a room on for my mom and add a bathroom on this 18, now we don't know if it's 1850 to 1870 cabin, and it has turned into basically building a friggin' house. And the little thing now is when putting up the insulation on the roof, they like hit the nails, like knocked them over to the side to put the insulation up. So now the all of the tin is is leaking. So now we
Oh
have
no,
another
you put
big
too much space on the
situation.
Oh,
downside. It's opening up gaps.
Yes, yes.
That's why I suggested using the Wellwood contact cement. Glue it up there,
So
and that'll
now
also make the
the
roof stronger.
solution is to go outside the cabin and get on top of the dam roof and put these particular nails that go in it, like that have like a little washer.
Little rubber thing, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm familiar with those.
or put something
yep.
like something called what is it? What is it? It's a sealant thing. It's a sealant stuff, tar sealant stuff
Oh,
that's made.
no, use the elastomer roof coating. Henry's is a very good brand.
Henry's roof coating.
Elastomer roof coating. A lot
Now
of
this
people
is
call
all
it
my fault
tool
though because
seal,
I
but it's
wanted the friggin' beams to show, guys. This was all my fault because I was like, put the insulation between the beams, like because these are beautiful logs and cabins that I see the logs are
Yep.
showing.
I
Well,
agree. I
it's
agree.
my fault though
And
because
that's what cabins are supposed to look like.
right,
Yeah.
okay, but the way it was going to be done, the actual insulation was going to be over those because of this problem. I mean, it's just going to be a lot harder now. And now that
Well,
the nails have been knocked to the side, you would, I wouldn't think that just knocking a nail to the side would make such a issue, but it has.
yeah.
So,
Well, if you got a roof that don't leak, the
Hmm.
best thing to do is don't mess with the roof itself. Uh, you can
yeah,
put the insulation up, but just don't let it quite
and
push
build,
on the tin. It can
yeah,
touch it, but don't push on it.
building supplies are so expensive right now with COVID. Any
Oh,
reason or
tell
any
me about it.
excuse.
A
I
Yep.
sheet
mean,
of OSB board's like $13 now.
so I'm just, you know what kind of mood I'm in? Just leave it. Don't touch anything else. I'm just going to live in it like this for now. It's like I don't just, I'm this has been going on since last December, and I'm just like,
Oh, wow.
I will just live like it is right now. I don't even care about another anything with it, being done. So
That's like this big building I'm
I
in.
don't know what you call
The
that,
parts
but
of the
that's
roof
the mine
that
I'm in.
the parts of the roof that don't leak, even though
You
they
know,
missing a single or two, I just leave them alone.
I
I
bought
work
a
on what
camper
is
for a
necessary.
reason. I don't want the stress of this shit. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like my
you
phone when
might
I
go
charge it.
to a reclaim kind of place because a lot of construction companies donate things that are good boards and
Yeah.
doorknobs and doors and whatever, and then they'll sell it
hmm
for pennies on the dollar at that
Yeah, I
store.
got
So you might find a
full
good reclaim store in the area.
Yeah, we've found
I got
some of those, and that's how we got the insulation instead of 22 a board. We got it for 11 a board, half price, and that's
there you
still
go.
pretty expensive though. So
Hmm.
yeah,
I
I
like,
mean, and when I
Right.
say we, I'm
noticed,
talking about me and my sister and her husband. So, and
I
well,
noticed
I
one
could
guy
say my mom, but
he paints houses, and a lot of these people they want brand new everything. So if
hmm
they take a door down, they put new hinges on it, even though the old ones were just fine. He sold me a whole box of hinges. There must have been 50 hinges in there for like $3.
yeah, yeah.
And
But
he's
I've
kind of
never dealt
frugal.
with construction before my whole life, and a couple of my friends told me they said this is very common. Like when anybody remodels and stuff, this is just something that happens. You think it's going to be, oh, we'll just put on an addition and we'll put a bathroom on. It's going to be simple, and then all of these other things that have to be done.
Yeah. But anyway, this guy he's like really frugal. He don't throw nothing away. That way you don't have a bunch of trash to haul off. He takes a hinge off. He saves the screws and everything. I mean, this box of hinges he gave me was like, a foot and a half long, 6 inches deep, 6 inches wide, and it was completely full of hinges. It weighed about 60 pounds. He sold it to me for $3, screws and
I
everything.
used to do that too, but I don't have I got an outhouse for a shed. I just closed the hole off and made some shelving, and now I got an
hmm
8 foot by 4 foot shed, and my bicycle barely even fits in there. So I'm probably going to wind up selling that. Well, I hope I don't. I hope my legs start working again here pretty soon, and maybe I can get out and do some bike riding in the spring. But other than that, just I wish I had a garage, and that would just make life so much easier. I turn it into not only my for tools and working on stuff, but I would make a studio in there, and other
There you
musicians
go.
could come over and record and do their thing. It would be great.
I got lucky enough to get this big old building, and I've got that whole gym floor out there, and I'm trying to keep it pretty much cleared. I've got tables all the way around now on the wall sides where the bleachers and stuff used to be. I've got tables and all the stuff that I've collected over the years is sitting on these tables, and I'm getting it all organized and stuff, easy to find, and it's worked out really good. But I've got one area in there that I've designated as a stage area. I've already put up like 9 LED lights, and uh, I'm gonna put a backdrop, with the flags and stuff like that.
So you're gonna
And
have
it's gonna
a
be nice. The acoustics in there are good
real
too.
live open mic.
Yeah, yeah.
That'll be fun.
As soon as this COVID mess is over with, I'd like to get about 4 or 5 musicians down here. We just jam out for the whole weekend,
That
Hmm.
would be fun.
like a mini Woodstock. And it won't be no problem for people
Yeah, I
to
got that
sleep.
4K Ultra camera. Maybe I can come down and with my army cot and put it in the back of the van, and just
Yeah,
jam out with you for a couple of days, and somebody can film us on stage doing whatever. And I need
we
that
was
right
working
now, anyways. I can't seem to find any musicians, and they're all afraid to even come on this show for some odd reason and say, due to COVID. And it's like, you're not going to catch COVID through the internet, you big bag of stupid.
if we
Just come
could,
on my
Lord,
show. You
we'd
want
all
to
be
sing and play?
Hmm.
If
Oh,
if
that's
you could,
weird.
So
if
I
you
don't
could
know what
put
it is
seven
about
over the
northern
internet,
Michigan, but
we'd
they're
all be
all
dead.
yeah, exactly. Well, but the musicians up here, they talk a good story until you say,
Mhm.
okay, it's Thursday, we're supposed to get together now. Oh, I changed my mind, and I've suddenly turned into a chicken shit. And here's my 100 reasons why. And
Nah,
it's
Mhm.
like, okay, so no serious musicians want to actually get down to the nitty gritty and do the work in order to make their dreams come true. You just everybody's just given up. I don't know what it is about this area, but they all talk, but nobody does anything except for somebody like me. And I've been struggling for about 20 years to get people off their butt to do something, but they just keep right on making every excuse. And here's the thing,
Mhm.
you don't always get to do it your way 100%. If you're working with other people, you got to talk and come together and say, okay, here's what we all want, and not all just for your advertisement of, see, I'm a blues player, but I will play, other musicians know a lot of
yeah,
classic rock and funk and all that other. I'll play any genre music. I can actually
hell,
do it.
even
It's going to be,
even
if my
good.
band is going to be about me, it's going to be the blues, but I got to think of everybody else too, because it's always the case. If one person is getting all the attention and everybody else is treated like crap, and they don't have any incentive to join you with anything, there's no value in it for them. They're just going to
So,
pack up and go
Randy,
home.
you have a goal of you want to do like gigs, travel around, and like make a difference with the music, like earn money. I mean, with music, and is that like a goal of yours?
Yeah, it is. And I used to tour years ago, actually, behind
Mm-hmm.
Quiet Riot, and for about a year. And I played with a lot of big names, um,
Uh huh.
a lot of '80s stars. But I want to get back on the road again. But I don't want to be in the background and a backup harmonica player, or I actually want my name to get out there.
Oh,
Even
okay.
and I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but even some of the top players on the planet are telling me you need to join us and come to this world summit and get on stage and
Mm-hmm.
play and blah blah blah. Well, yeah, and I would love to. I would love to be, go out there and be the musician. But yeah, I'm 51 years old. It hasn't happened yet, and I doubt it's going to happen seriously now. I really don't think that it's gonna. But I'm gonna still try. This is like my last
Mm-hmm.
chance to do anything.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's admirable.
I am writing an
You
album
know,
right now.
to follow your dreams like that. A lot of people don't have the courage to do that.
Well, if you think about it, um, I'm on disability for
Mm-hmm.
about a dozen things I'm not going to
Mm-hmm.
go on about. But, if I'm feeling halfway healthy, I can do it.
Yeah.
I just need somebody there to help me out and make sure I'm taking my meds and not passing out and, going into a coma or something and, East Texas someplace and
Mm-hmm.
nobody knowing what's going on. Um,
Yeah.
I need to, or even another country for that matter. I could literally, if I took a trip, it took me a couple days to get from Michigan to Florida. If I'm not prepared and rest properly and take care of my health and all that, I could die. I wouldn't survive the trip.
Oh
Yeah,
And my
wow.
team of
Okay.
doctors keep telling me that.
Yeah.
So it would be extremely hard for me to go out on my own to do anything. I need at least a couple more people to be in a band with, 3 to 4 piece band, and
Mm-hmm.
just get an agent and get a whole bunch of stuff set up, and then just go out, throughout the whole summer or whatever and play. And we can still do festivals and stuff. If you think about it, unless like the county fairs will be actually, totally canceled or whatever, people, you can still get on stage and play. It's just people just
Mm-hmm.
need to social distance themselves because it's all
Mm-hmm.
outside.
right.
So
Oh
stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that
so
can be done. I could
yeah,
do
it pretty
live
much comes
shows
down
here on
to
YouTube, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yeah,
there's a
Well,
lot
you
of
have a
stuff
little
that
channel
that you can
still,
do and make a
so
business plan out of it.
it's 82
Yeah.
subscribers. So once you get more subscribers and stuff, I think it'll be awesome. I think you could get it, things going on here like with if you whatever you choose to call it, open mic or uh I don't know, whatever you would choose to call it or whatever, but I think one thing is being consistent and doing it like the same time every week. I
Oh
find
yeah,
that
yeah,
people
I
sort
did
of
do
get
that.
used to that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I
Well,
do a
I think
live
that
at 5. It's Eastern Standard Time. Live at on Saturdays for any other guests that want to come on and
Mm-hmm.
talk about their music, and I promote them in an interview type of fashion. And Warren's been on there too. Um,
Mm-hmm. I don't
and
know
we
how
played
I've
back and
missed
forth
that.
and talked about the mechanics of the instrument.
Right.
yeah.
But yeah,
I've
I do
also
that, but I
found
haven't had internet for almost a month. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I've
that's
also
that's why
found
I've
that
what's that?
the
missed it.
time that you do it, the time you do it is very critical. Between the hours of 6 and 9:30 in the evening is the best time because people are off work, they done had their evening meal, and they're ready to sit down and get online.
Yeah, even on a
So that
Saturday, you're right. The problem
right,
is I'm an hour away in a studio on Saturdays recording on other people's albums. That's the problem
yeah,
that I have. So I actually I'm gonna have to set up something different to where either I could be in the studio or do my shows or just choose like Sunday afternoon or something like that
yeah.
instead.
Well, I found that a lot of times I'll miss your
So
show because I'm busy back there in the shop working or at work or
yeah.
whatever, but for me, a good
Well,
time
it's
is
not just that.
somewhere
Well, the
between
thing of it
six and
is,
nine
it doesn't
thirty.
matter. Other time zones are going to be different. And I got fans
Right.
from around the world who watch the show. I mean, there's people in England and Australia and stuff saying, "Oh, we missed it because it aired at 2 o'clock in the morning for us." So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's no way I can satisfy everybody with this.
Right.
It's
right.
So
just
you
that
do
you either
this on
catch somebody or you don't. There's
Saturdays?
shows that, yes,
But I
but I'm
have
thinking
found that
about doing it Sunday afternoon,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that
That's
would
cool.
be a
and
good
that
one.
might free up a little bit more time for people.
Mm-hmm. I like to go live on Sundays. I've always had an emotional hard time on Sundays, so it helps me with like distracting me to go live on Sundays.
Oh yeah,
So
music is great. It just takes
Right.
your mind off
hmm
everything else.
somehow it's ended up
Yeah, because half
without
the
meaning to Thursday, Saturday, Sunday being like the times that are for sure pretty much, I do the open mics.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
Sundays
57
to me
and
were
I'm
always
58.
a downer because everything was closed. Not much
hmm
going on, no big events, no excitement. It's just the day of rest for everyone, and it's boring. So you got
I've
to
had a lot
invent
of
something exciting to
tragedy
do.
on Sundays for me.
Yeah,
My
Sunday being the
Oh
day
dad
of
yeah,
died
rest,
on Sunday,
why
and I
not have
couldn't get to
some good
him. And
music and just relax with your music and have a good time, hang out with some people, even though it's
hmm
online, but hang out
and
with some
and
people.
you will be surprised sometimes, like a spontaneous moment. I might go live at like 3 in the morning. And I'll have people come in.
mm-hmm,
Like you said, just they can't sleep
yep,
either or
me too.
whatever. You never know. It's
Yeah,
they're on a different time zone or but so
I'm
your
gonna
main
try to
thing
get
is to
I keep
maintain
thinking
your
I'm hearing
health.
traffic in front of my house.
You're
I'm
probably
realizing that
hearing
the
it.
traffic sounds is one of you guys.
Yeah, it's me. It's me. The way this land is, it's so strange because well, it's not really so strange, but the way the topography goes, the highway's up high, and it's like literally sometimes it sounds like the damn highway
Oh,
is coming in here.
acoustic,
so yeah,
very good
the
acoustic.
sound waves are funneling right into your area.
Yes, and I don't have but half insulation, so yeah.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, that
that's
metal
right.
roof will resonate. That metal roof will resonate. I know
And I
this.
have no insulation on each side. and half on the top. So yes, it's been
Oh,
like, okay, you're out. I could hear. I've basically been outside. It's what it sounds like.
You have
Oh
right.
my gosh.
a metal
Well, if it's
amphitheater.
Yeah, that's right.
if it's a log cabin, then it's not. The only insulation that you get is the chinking in between the logs. You know.
Right. Well, the
I'll tell you a
logs go.
story.
Uh huh.
My dad and I, when I was 12 years old, we
Mhm.
built a cabin by hand for the whole family, and it was like about 75 or 80 by 50, and
Uh huh.
chopping all those trees down and putting them on trailers and hauling them with hands and peeling the logs and cutting them with
Wow.
hand saws. And he had a chainsaw, but it was only three-quarters of the way through the process. And it's like, okay, now that we've all, and I was like 12 years old,
Oh
and
my
this was before my parents
goodness.
got a divorce and then kind of abandoned me. So I did all that work, and then our house just went to crap and got sold to somebody else after all that work,
Oh
and then family
no.
splits up. So
Wow.
it was, so I
Oh
had to get a
no.
job, and but at least I had some muscles built up then for when I went out on
Oh
my
yeah,
own.
Yeah.
handling wood will do it. I guarantee you. But
Wow.
Yep,
Summer,
Yeah.
yep.
something that will really cut down on the noise
Mhm.
if you'll coat that roof with that elastomer roof coating.
Mhm.
And they use it for mobile homes, but
Mhm.
on a metal roof, it is awesome. It'll help deaden the sound. It will not leak, and it's not like the old tar-based stuff. It actually gives, shrinks, and contracts, and it'll
I
stay
will
with
have to type it in my phone because I will definitely forget it. But what I was gonna say, the logs come up in this where I am in my room, which is the loft area. They come up like
Okay.
about four 4 foot, and then the rest is old. It looks like old barn lumber type stuff, I guess is what you'll
it's
call it.
probably
Oh,
cedar.
okay.
Yeah, so that's,
Probably
I guess,
cedar.
why the noise. And see, all of that was tore. Everything had to be tore out, like this. All of this, as far as the old insulation and stuff, because squirrels had been in here, and
Oh boy,
they will
just a good little
destroy.
rat.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So it's like gutted now. So.
Yeah, squirrels are
Well, yeah,
destructive
there's
little
one of two
rats.
things you could do. You can get an owl box and put it up in the tree or at the peak of the house,
Mhm.
or just start shooting them little bastards and eating them because they are delicious.
That's
They're
right.
actually good eating, but you got to have
My
a dozen of
kitty
them to make a
Gypsy,
meal.
honey, she is eager to catch one. She's eager for, yeah. I mean, there's
Well,
nowhere.
that's
Everything's been
good.
sealed up, but they come and look in the window like, let me in. They are crazy, psycho.
I
Huh.
used to have a cat that absolutely despised squirrels. I had a video of him. I hope I can find it. He's sitting on top of my mobile home, and there's a tree limb over it. And this one squirrel used to love to get on that limb and just pick at the cat because the cat couldn't reach him.
Uh huh.
And they would sit there and just fuss at each other. The squirrel would be like, and the
Oh
cat be like,
yeah, they do.
I had a
They're
video of
funny.
it. It was absolutely hilarious.
There's like a nest of flying
Oh
squirrels
yeah, them
here. I mean,
squirrels,
it's what was the name of the
them
stuff for
little
the
turds will
roof?
pick on everything else.
Yep.
They will.
And if you got any hickory nut trees
Uh huh.
and you got squirrels in it, don't walk under it. They will pick the hickory nuts and throw them at
Throw
you.
them at you.
Yep.
What's the name of that stuff for the roof, Warren?
It's called elastomer roof coating.
Okay.
The common name for it is cool seal, but it's better than the cool seal. The
Okay.
cool seal is a plastic kind of thing, and it's silver. This stuff is white.
Okay.
You can get it in different colors, but the common color is white, and it's almost like a mixture of urethane and what is the other?
And an owl box for the squirrels. I'm putting this stuff in my notes.
All right, the brand that I've used that really seems to be the best one is called Henry's. Henry's roof coating.
Okay.
Comes in a 5-gallon bucket. It's about $85.
Okay.
If you can catch it on sale, you can get it for about 60. But 5 gallons will cover about, and do it well, 16 by 16 area.
Okay.
So your roof, I've seen about the size of it. It's probably going to take 4 or 5 gallon buckets to do it.
Okay.
But it is a definite upgrade. It helps to deaden the sound because it's a rubberized kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it seals very well. It'll fill little small gaps, not big ones. Uh, it's just good stuff. I've used it
Okay.
many times.
Thank you.
Matter of
Thank
fact,
you.
I had a little shingle roof that had some bad shingles on it, but I didn't want to reshingle it, and I mopped it down with that stuff, and that solved the problem. It stuck the shingles together and sealed them.
Oh, cool.
Hey, did you guys hear about the dyslexic pimp?
No, but I heard about the dyslexic guy that couldn't get no help. Every time he went to the hospital,
Well,
he'd say, "I'm dyslexic," and they'd send him to the gynecologist.
Oh my goodness, you guys.
well, the dyslexic pimp bought a warehouse.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
I guess he had to run it by hand until he got on his feet, right?
That's a good one.
Oh, I was at a show last night. I can't remember whose it was, but I told everybody that I don't really care. You know, I'm gonna go dream about having sex with that kaleidoscope. And one person said, "Why?" And I said, "Well, because it's funny to see him come in all shapes and sizes."
I love kaleidoscopes. When I first got on YouTube, I made a bunch of
Oh yeah,
videos with kaleidoscopes.
I wish I could find one of the original ones. They were
they're
cool.
cool.
Yeah, they are
You got
really
tired of
neat.
the shape it was making, you shook it a little bit and everything changed.
Yeah.
Yep,
I love lava
those are
lamps
fun
too.
as a kid.
Oh, yeah, I know you got
Hmm.
one back scratch that with the lava lamp.
Mm-hmm.
I love that one.
Yeah.
But if you ever get a lava lamp messed up, I
So
don't
what
know. I
are
don't know if I told you this or not. Turn it upside down and turn it on, and just leave it sit upside down for a while, and all the little particles will go back together.
Hmm. Neat.
Yep, I had one that got all shook up, and
so
messed up.
what are the big goals that you guys got for the year? Now that we're in this new year, what things, major things, do you have to look forward to for, doing something better in your life?
I want to make more money and more music. That's it.
Hmm. More
And
money,
get all
more
my junk
music.
fixed. Good Lord, every time I turn around, something of mine's broke. Except for the stuff that I build. The stuff I build never breaks.
Hi, Polly. Um,
What's your goal? Your
yeah,
goal for the year?
well, I'm doing the music thing, of course, and my goal is
Mm-hmm.
to make 2 albums,
Mm-hmm.
and try to have my own original music so I can do actual um, shows,
Mm-hmm.
um, and promote my albums, and just become a better musician.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of folks telling me that sell my house and go move to where the music is. But I got to thinking about it. No, I'm not gonna. I'm not afraid of going to where the music is, but I've been living on my shirt tails my whole life, and now that I got a house and it's all paid off, I'm just gonna keep it. And that's why I got a
Right.
van. If I want to go to where the music is, I'll just drive there or something, and then stay in
Mm-hmm.
the area for a little while and play my music with locals, or just get paid to do gigs and be on the road. But I still want a home base here in northern Michigan because of my health also. And it's not that I'm afraid of doing these things. I want to get right out there because I'm a go for it kind of guy. The problem is like I said, my health is absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
So I can't go too far without feeling ill. I can't even go to Walmart for a half a day to do some shopping or whatever. Otherwise, I need help getting back to the vehicle and stuff like that, and getting my groceries in the car, and then I got to come home, put everything away, and then go to sleep for another 4 hours.
Oh,
So
that
that's just,
sucks.
my life. So
Mhm.
if I'm to do this stuff, these are my goals: get healthy, play music,
Mhm.
have fun, and just try to make more money and survive a little bit better. Try to create some sort of value for people, have my life mean something.
Mhm.
There you go. That's good goals there, Randy. I like
It
that.
is.
Hmm.
My goals, as far as whenever, I said New Year's resolution, it's always get healthy, but I fail at that sometimes, quite often. Um, but and I didn't go too specific with it, but that's one. And the other one is I have a really hard time with organization. So I spend a lot of my time of my life trying to find something that I've lost. And I'm so damn sick of that. So
Piece of trash
um,
that's got up in the
Right.
charge board. I
I
got to
want to
dig
get
it up.
organized. That's
That's a
one
good
thing because I'm a
Wi-Fi.
semi hoarder. So I have
Dig
so
it up.
many things. Um,
It's only charging half as good as it should be.
and honoring my creativity is another goal. And how I used to learn was I would have to write things down. So I have four. And start doing, when I do studying on any topic, I'm going to start doing like I study like I used to so I could learn more about it. Start journaling topics. But honoring my
Hmm.
creativity, as long as I do that, I stay healthy. And I make jewelry. I just do a lot of, I make art, I make jewelry, just a lot of different things.
Cool.
I love singing. I love to sing. Um, I got a metal detector, but just if when I stop honoring my creativity is when I get in a slump, and I lose track of time and I
Right.
lose track of life in some sort of weird way. So that's very important to me.
Yeah, and it
But
sounds like you're a seeker. There's something out there that you need answers to.
I don't know,
And I think
a
most people go
seeker.
through that trying to find some sort of ultimate meaning in things, and a better way of looking at things in life. It just
See, I
feels like
don't
there's a
know.
piece missing or something.
I died December the 6th last year. Not this year, but last year, 2019,
Oh
and I
boy.
was brought back. And um, I feel like I'm sort of came full circle after that because I have faced death head on, and I know for me what it felt like. My blood pressure. I don't know if
Right.
anyone's experienced their blood pressure bottoming out, but that's the best feeling in the world. I mean, it was a very like oh feeling, but I had a very spiritual experience. Um, So, as you
Yeah, I've
see,
had
I
a,
have
a
no
few.
definite goals. That's pretty. I
Oh,
live by the friggin' moment. That is me. Yeah, that's me. I'm the dreamer that lives by the
huh. Now,
moment.
see, I had
Yeah.
a double bypass a few years ago,
Mhm.
and uh, and I did that. My blood pressure bottomed out when I got in the ER, and I've actually on the operating table. I died 3 times,
Uh
all
huh.
different, like a decade apart. So
Mhm.
it is just a weird experience, but not for me. It's just everybody else. When I came to, for me, it was just okay, lights out, and then
Mhm.
don't remember anything,
Mhm.
lights on, and that was
Yeah, I
it.
think your thoughts and
The
beliefs
what
create
the
your reality. So, you know, that's how I view like a lot of religion, and that's how I view experiences. What you believe is what's going to create your afterworld. It's going to create your experiences, and so that's my opinion anyway. So maybe that's why I had the experience I had when I died. I had I don't know if you've heard of
Well, the
pulmonary
first time I did,
embolisms.
I was a Christian.
Uh huh.
Yeah, I was a Christian, and I thought that I saw, was out of my body, and then went to the next room, and then heard a couple dirty jokes from the nurses next door,
Hmm.
and then I told
So
it to
you're
them when I woke up. So I don't know if it was true or I heard them or whatever, but it was just half in and out of uh, anesthesia, anyways, because I had the flu at the time, and they put me under anyways. But I needed surgery. I had like cysts and everything on my spinal column, and I wasn't expected to walk after that. So it was a really trying time in my youth as a teenager, going through
right.
all that. And of course, my parents showed up even though they were separated and they were arguing, and it's like, well, I'm not living with either one of you. I'm out in the woods. And but
Yeah, I can
yeah,
tell
it
you're
was
like a
quite the
fighter,
experience.
and I feel like you've went through a lot that's left you bitter. I think I could sense that. I think that comes across too with your sort of sarcasm, but it's not in a bad way. It's funny and
Well, yeah.
humorous. Um, but
Yeah, they say it's a
I
defense
could
mechanism. I just want to be
your
funny.
energy is intense, even though
Oh,
maybe you don't
always,
realize it is.
always.
Yeah.
It's passion. It's passionate about just about everything I do, and I
Mhm.
get carried away sometimes and do the and
Mhm.
and then I'm like,
And
wait a
I
minute,
think that's a
that's
reflection
not
of
the
your illness, though,
you
because you've
know
went through things.
it
You
is.
don't take for granted things that we take for granted, like being well. I'm not very well. I mean, because I've let myself get out of shape and stuff, but I have, like, as far as I know, no major illness. But I had a
Yeah.
DVT that's what almost killed me, a deep vein thrombosis. But um,
Oh wow.
you have an appreciation of every moment because you've got to go and seize the moment that you're healthy, and so that's got that, you can
Mhm.
really sense that energy about you.
Oh well,
Interesting.
I it is. Yeah, and I do too. And well, I used to do public speaking also, and that was a lot of my philosophy
Mhm.
of getting off your butt and just making it happen and have the attitude. And I used to
Mhm.
teach many different companies these very things and get, well, even the U.S. Army. I'm the guy who got everybody warm,
Mhm. Like a
all
motivational
hyped up and
speaker.
everything to go to Iraq. Yeah, yeah. Everybody
Mhm.
chose to go to Iraq. It wasn't, oh no, we got to follow orders. It was like, let's go to Iraq. Let's kick some ass.
Right.
The entire
Right.
82nd Airborne. Yep, let's go. Where's the bus?
Wow.
So that was me.
Sort of like you hyped people up and got people going. Sort of a
Oh
type A
yeah. Yep.
personality. Like a go getter type A
Well, kind of.
personality. Yeah. But
Well, I
then with
heard.
the illness, it hinders you, right? It hinders you to be what you want to be. So really you have
Yes.
to sort of be someone you're really not. Interesting.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And it's really super frustrating for me. I get so mad at myself and my body for
Mhm.
not following orders.
Mhm. Your body's not going to
Because if
cooperate
you see
with
me
you.
bouncing, it's because I got my laptop on my lap and my belly full
Mhm.
of jelly is moving it. um, but yeah, I went from uh, I don't know, being alone and out in the woods and being a survival expert to teaching it in the military and then going to special forces and then being a special duty driver and everything for politicians and even the vice president one time and
Oh,
foreign
neat.
dignitaries and and then teaching survival techniques and everything and a little bit of hand to hand and weaponry for young NCOs going into special forces and applying for it. And some of
Mhm.
my guys went in there Well, anyway, that's a different story. I don't want to get off track. But I went from that to coming back home to be a father to my son, and it didn't work. I went to jail as soon as I came right into town for no reason whatsoever, other than to get a lesson taught to me. And it's been that way ever since. It's just
Mhm.
this character that everybody made up about me in order to punish and make an example, even though they're already getting everything that they wanted and more. So it's basically like the parasite kills the host and they die too. It's kind of like
Mhm.
that. But I went from all that struggling my entire life, doing all these hardships, and trying to get all these illnesses out of the way also, and have write-offs to where I was allowed in, and I was, okay, let's just ignore my past medical history. I can do this anyways. And then I qualify for doing all these big monster positions. I actually showed everybody what for, and became leadership. And now, this happens to me, and I'm stuck in a cabin out in the woods. I mean, I'm not stuck. I can get up and go do something if
Mhm.
I worked on it. But it's just been the past decade of building my credit, and some more struggling because being on disability, it's not a cakewalk. It's not, everybody's not
Mhm.
taking care of you. You're begging for food just about every month, and you don't get to control how much stuff costs, but you're only
Mhm.
going to get so much coming in. So you're pretty much screwed no matter which way.
Mhm.
So, and that's pretty much it. So I'm still wanting to get out there and be a survivor and do this stuff and use
I'm
that
curious
as
about with your survivor. I'm curious
determination.
about this determination. I'm curious about this. I don't really like those shows that. Or I don't like shows in general. Like I don't watch any mainstream anything. But my sister,
Right.
when I moved here to Tennessee. She's like, "You've got to watch this show. You'll like it." And I'm like, "I don't know," but she got me to watching that Naked and Afraid. I think is the name of it, and they just drop people off
I've
like in the
heard of it.
middle of nowhere. I actually like the show, but I'm like, how real is this? You know, you need to watch it. It's crazy. It's crazy some of the situations they put people in. When you were talking about
Yeah,
survivalism,
well,
I
a
was
lot
just
of those
thinking about
shows
that show.
do that.
Mm-hmm.
And you still got to figure they're fake because they're not really alone. They got a camera crew
Camera
following them
crew,
around.
right, right. I mean, yeah, I mean that's common sense.
And
They
just
let
like
people get
that
infections, though.
show,
I mean, they get sick. It's crazy.
huh?
Mm.
Yeah, well, I don't have cable or anything. I just got the over-the-air TV, and I only watch the weather in the morning and shut it off.
Right,
I
right. I'm a
don't I
TV
don't watch
person
TV at
either.
all.
But I am a true crime junkie. I
So
love my
there's a
true
lot of people I
crime and
know that have
psychology.
have. Oh, really?
What
Huh.
makes people do what they do.
Yeah, I'm more of an action adventure person, and that's what my books are mostly action adventures.
Cool.
Sci-fi twist. Got a little bit of spy stuff
I
and government
freaking
stuff,
hate
going on.
sci-fi stuff. Oh my gosh. I mean, I hate certain
Really?
sci-fi. Yes, I do. I'm a realism
Well, yeah.
all
Some
the
of it's just
way.
way carried away. Yeah, a lot of the
I
sci-fi stuff is just so far out there in left field. It's like, what are you thinking? I mean, really,
yeah,
you
it's
built a world
weird.
up that is so ridiculous that who cares? Just who cares?
Well, it's cool to talk to somebody that has knows where they want to go and has a lot of goals. That's really cool. You don't really find that
Yeah, a
often.
lot of people don't.
Mm-mm. No, people are just sort of
Well, right, and I've
floating
always been
around.
goal orientated. Yeah, and especially right now when the world is shut down, they're like, okay, what do we do now? And nobody is
Mm-hmm.
telling them what to do except for just stay home and be bored. And the thing of it is,
Mm-hmm.
yet we still don't have a lack of resources. It's just a lack of resourcefulness
Mm-hmm.
on most people's part. And the people who are going to make the effort to do something are going to actually have something. And people who don't do anything won't have anything. That's just how things naturally work and always have.
Right.
You got to put in
Makes
the effort. Like
sense.
me, I'm doing the albums first.
Mm-hmm.
I already spent 10 years writing books. I have products out there, and I am the harmonica man. I've been out there on the big stage. I've been on BB King's bus. I've been, played with, Johnny Lang and the Blues Brothers and Eric Clapton. I've done all that stuff. Um, so there is a way to get out there and do things. It's just you have to be inventive to go do it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't
And you have
just,
to have the
hope that
drive
it's going to
and
land in your
want.
lap because,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. And it's so sad that people don't have that nowadays because everybody seems to have given up unless it's fighting amongst each other to try to make somebody else come to their point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, that's the problem right there. It's, quit it. Just quit fighting
Right.
and just come
Right.
together and just have a good time and, share with each other. And that's all you got to do, really. That's all you got to do. It's
Yeah,
not
I
that
don't
hard.
understand being real confrontational on social media. Media, I don't understand that. That's weird. Uh, it's like, what's the point? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I get triggered way too easy. I can't be involved in that stuff. I actually see a psychiatrist for a lot of the stuff that's
Anger
going on
manage.
because I have PTSD and
Mm-hmm.
all kinds of different clinical depression, and a couple other things I can't even pronounce. And
You
but
can't. You
I'm
can't
working on it.
pronounce.
And one of the things,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and one of the things that I do for cognitive therapy is just stay away from the negativity.
Right.
Don't get involved. Don't participate because it
Right.
doesn't matter what you do. Somebody's always going to call you dirty names and tell you that you're stupid and then, call for violence against you. I've had my life threatened so many times that I can't even count. But everybody I know is a big old chicken, because I'm like, oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, bring it on. Well, no, it's like, oh, come on. Stand up to a bully and they chicken out every time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I
So
just
if
stay
you're
away from
around
all that
people, this is
negativity and try
my
to
this is
concentrate on the music.
yeah, my advice is if you are in a situation that you feel you feel like okay, a negativity about it, or you feel yourself there's going to be conflict, just get out of the room. Or this is just like social media, not like life, real life. But I don't understand people that go
Right.
to rooms that they know are going to trigger them and just want to do like drama and stuff. I don't get that.
Yeah, they feed on drama and it just ruins everything. I usually, when something like that happens, well, even when it doesn't, well, I'll get a few chores done. And then
Mm-hmm.
before I start getting frustrated with anything, I'll go for a walk in the woods or whatever. And sometimes I'll sit out there and eat berries or whatever for about an hour, take a nap on the moss, or
You
just enjoy the
decompress.
silence. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, and just get a lot of fresh air and, watch out for bears and stuff because I don't know, they're kind of mad at me right now because I beat them with a shovel. But um, yeah, just get out there and try to disconnect from this.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard it called an anti-civilization,
Mm-hmm.
and it really is. It's not civilized at all. So I just try to just unconnect and go out
Mm-hmm.
there and just be natural and breathe and enjoy the surroundings and listen to birds and stuff like that. It's a lot
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. Disconnect and be with nature. The only time I would have what I would call drama is if someone will speak up against me on a public, platform. Um, of, like with YouTube, speak up against me and make it public. Then I will make it public. Otherwise, I mean, I think it's best if you have an issue with someone just to go to that person, behind the scenes and not publicly. But that's
Right.
just
Yeah, I had been attacked publicly, just like that's why I don't have Facebook anymore. It was just like a game. Everybody acting like they were going to bully me. So,
Fake book.
and just
That's what I
making up
call it,
all
fake
kinds
book.
of stuff.
When
Yeah,
people
now
make up
see, I
lies,
don't
I mean, you've
attack
got
people.
to
Yeah,
stand up
I
for
don't
your
attack
honor.
people personally. I tell them that, that I don't agree with their beliefs or listen to what, and don't tell me what I believe. That's a straw man fallacy. So you can knock it down easily so you can feel superior. It's not. It's a stupid move. Way too many people do it. Well, you're dumb because you believe this. It's like, I do? Where did you get that info? That's a lie. So everybody's attacking you because of rumors and all this silly crap like that, and none of it's true. And this is what happened to me a few times, and I'd get mad and I'd get involved in it. So I'm like, you know what? I just give up. I'm not gonna do this anymore. Just get rid of
I'm gonna
some
tell you
social media
something.
because I
These
am,
numbers are
somewhat a public
bull
figure.
crap. It's saying 0 on here.
What?
It's saying 0 on this number
Yeah.
of. I mean, that's crazy. They lie.
Yeah, I just noticed that, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's good not
I'm
to even
used to
pay
it.
attention to
I
those.
must be boring.
No, you're not boring. That's just,
Right.
that doesn't
Yeah,
make sense. I was reading that
well,
Polly's comment
it's not.
about going down the street naked.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it is these topics people aren't interested in, or they're tired of hearing them because everybody talks about this very thing, and it's been done to death. So I don't know. And
Mhm.
I'm tired of talking about myself too a lot of times, but it's only
Mhm.
because I've been in the public so much. I've been in radio shows, TV. I was in a movie last year. I'm selling my books. I'm a musician. All that stuff. My whole persona is about entertaining the public and having some sort of image. And it's hard for me to describe anything without complaining, or somebody else, starting some crap. So I don't know. It's just super hard for me to get moving forward. But so I'm just going to concentrate on music and, like the goals I told you, just try to do the music thing because that's
Mhm.
where my real love is. Anyways,
Well, that's what you gotta do. If
so
that's what I got so tickled one time. I had a therapist tell me what brings you joy, and I thought that, I mean, that is really not good advice though. What if you tell someone like a heroin addict that? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, make sure
yeah,
every
well,
day to
right,
do
yeah,
something that brings you joy. It just I was just thinking, well, okay,
yeah, it's got to be within reason. We're not giving you an
yeah,
excuse to drink a big old bottle of booze every day.
right.
I have
I'm
friends
sure
who
that
have
would bring me
actually done
joy.
that.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, not me.
Do you
Oh
hear the
my
rain?
goodness. Well, listen. Yeah, I can hear it. It's nice.
Yeah.
Rain on a tin roof. I sleep to that once in a while. Just leave the
Yeah,
YouTube
it's
running
it's
and let the
neat.
speaker go.
Yeah, just do the
Yeah, it's very nice.
like the ASMR sound that everybody likes. The
I
ASMR
don't know what that
videos.
is.
Yeah, just Google it. There's a billion of them on here. Sensory meridian response, auditory
Okay. Oh
sensory
yeah. Okay.
meridian response.
Yep. I've seen quite a few of those. Took
Yeah.
naps and everything. That's what I take a nap to. Is a lot of that stuff takes my mind off of things, and even if I'm in the house, because we still got about a foot of snow outside, and it
Oh my
is still
gosh,
21
really?
degrees, and I'm not. Yeah, so I'm not about to go playing outside. I'd rather be in here and have a cup of tea, and then
Definitely.
you know, especially
Yeah.
after being up half the night.
Yeah.
I like to take a nap or whatever because I only sleep in little spurts of a couple hours at a time because the pain gets me up.
Oh, I'm
But
sorry about that. That sucks. Ugh,
so
pain sucks.
yeah. Well, I'm working
Well,
on it. I had a series of tests that I'm doing right now. It's just uh, hit and miss. Just trying to get everything set up and see if
mm-hmm.
anything they can detect anything. And so far, there's something in my blood from my autoimmune deficiency and my the medication that I take for it to depress my immune system.
Mm-hmm.
There's like an AD some damn thing or another that is super elevated right now, and I think that's what's burning my skin. And everything from the waist down is on fire all the
Oh
time, like
no.
somebody's burning me with cigarettes. And I'm having a hard time holding it in all the time, screaming in pain. It's that bad. If you've ever been
Oh
burned
my
by a cigarette, you'll know what I'm
gosh.
talking about.
Yeah, yeah, I
So, but
have.
it's all
Oh
over,
my
you know,
gosh. Ugh.
and
Okay.
there,
Sounds like a
yeah.
nerve
So,
ending type pain. Ugh.
yeah. Well, I just had an MRI on my back, and they said, well, it's well within parameters. So it's not that. And it's like, well, then why is that burning right where my disc blew out 10 years ago? Why is it still burning and hurting? And everything is emanating from it. Something else is going on that you're not, is it well within parameters for if I'm in pain or not, or what insurance will pay you? That's
Yeah.
the big question.
Yeah.
But either
Unfortunately,
way, I'm still
insurances like
waiting on.
dictate our help and our care. That's so
Yep,
sad.
and I owe the VA $120 just for some of my medications. And if I was to pay for all of my medications, it would cost me roughly about oh, 16 to $18,000 a month.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I'm on
That's
some pretty potent
crazy.
stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
get IVs in me about once every other month, and
Do you
I'm on
have to do
insulin too, and all
infusions?
kinds of pills. Yes,
Yeah, you did the infusions
yep.
for the
So
autoimmune
that's fun.
stuff.
Yep, and
Yeah.
it's helping. It's working.
Is it? Well,
It's just
that's
that these
good.
new symptoms are popping up. I don't know why.
The new symptoms maybe
Lady
from the
Luck be a
infusions.
fickle bitch. Maybe I've had them for a few years now, so
Okay. Hmm.
um, I don't know. It's just within the past 8 or 9 months that I've had these symptoms, um,
Mm-hmm.
and also with my muscles and tendons and everything are kind of separating from the bone, and
Mm-hmm.
once in a while I'll just have just weakness, and my knee will just go pop pop, and I'll fall right down on the ground, or
Yeah.
or just any you know hips and legs, just anything, just walking
Mm-hmm.
along or standing, then all of a sudden, whoops, I'm on the floor. It's like, ah, crap, that's embarrassing. Then I'll have to get back up. And but when I was in the army, I fell from a helicopter. I don't know, maybe 50 feet, 75 feet. The rope slipped, and I fell down on a howitzer and busted my rib and my right ankle, and my left knee was twisted around, and I saw my boot right here next to me where I could read, 9.5.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so it was my leg was just ripped the cartilage and it was twisted right around, and I've been hurting ever since from that. But
It sounds
I
like
was
you
right
could
out there
like
the next day
write
doing
a
air
book on the
missions
stuff
though.
you've been through. Like really, like literally, you can. If it, have you written books about your life experiences?
I try not to. I try to use it in fictional characters because there's a lot of people, like I said, that it doesn't matter what I'm doing, they're gonna spread rumors and say, "Oh, that never happened. You're full of shit." And even if they're not there, they just don't believe me because
Mm-hmm.
you know how it is. Those who can't always criticize those who are.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
Life's
been my
life.
life.
Mm-hmm.
Just afraid to make any statements like that about myself personally. I'd rather write fictional stories. It might be embellished on a couple of levels just for the character to go through something, but
Mhm.
you know, I don't know. I just rather not go there. I have a hard enough time mentally going through life as it is without all the comments.
Right. Right. I understand. And do you feel like the
So
judgment? Yeah. People can be cruel, that's for
yeah,
sure.
and it's not, and I'm trying real hard not to whine about this. I'm kind of being whiny right now, so I need to stop doing that. But I am confident, and I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to be on your show here and there, and play harmonica and
Yeah.
sing. Um,
Yeah. I love your
so that's
singing. Your
going to
singing's
be fun.
awesome. Yeah. It is. It's fun.
Oh, really? I was never allowed to sing before, so I'm just now getting into it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think you have a neat singing voice. Unusual. You sound like someone from years ago reincarnated.
Yeah. Well, if you ever figure it out, let me know.
Well, you don't
'Cause I don't
believe in
know who I
that,
sound like.
so
No, I mean, whoever I sound like,
I
let me
don't
know who
know.
I
I
sound
can't
like.
pinpoint it, but you
Uh,
sound like someone reincarnated for sure. Like from a
huh.
1905 jazz bar or something crazy like that. I don't know.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah.
Like the Louis Armstrong
Yeah.
kind of era,
I
anywhere
don't
from like
know.
the
It's
30s
just
and 40s.
the jazzy sort of, yeah.
Huh. I'll actually have to record and find out. I'll do that in the studio because with my own songs and stuff coming up, I'll get a chance to do all that. But right now I'm excuse me. Right now I'm going to just practice what my vocal coach told me and just get my voice a little bit better so I can actually sing these songs and put some feeling into it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That music without
Oh,
music,
there's
I
that
don't
rain
think I
again.
would. Oh yeah, here it is. Without music, I don't think I would be here.
Hmm.
It's really, I could say, saved me on many levels with like my
Hmm.
battles with depression and just in general my struggles. Music has saved me, so I love it.
Yep, same here. Yep, it's great in a lot of ways. But hey, listen, I haven't eaten yet today, and being a
Okay.
diabetic and all, it's getting close. So
Oh
I
yeah.
better go do
Thank you so
something about
much
that.
for the conversation. And I don't know where Warren went. He popped off. He hopped off, so
I
we'll
don't know.
probably
He might have
catch
run out
him.
of data again or something. But
Yeah, something
he
might
did
have
have
happened.
somebody talking to, so he might have had to go to work or something like that. You know,
Yeah,
to
yeah,
fix
maybe
something.
so. Yeah. So we shall be doing a Saturday at 7 is usually, the open mic. Hopefully, I don't know what time you said yours
Okay.
was. 5 maybe? 5? Is that when you said you do your stuff?
Yeah, and I'm
Saturday
thinking
5.
about
Okay.
doing setting something up for another show on Sundays,
Uh huh.
and I'll probably do a story reading out of one of my books and probably put it on. I don't know, that morning or
Oh,
whatever.
cool.
I want to do a premieres where I'm like I just did the other day. Well, yesterday, in fact, I had a premiere where I was reading the first chapter in my novel,
Uh
and
huh.
then I had where you can still be in the chat room and chat with people, but nobody showed up, so you know
Oh, okay.
yeah, I'll try to
Well,
get that on a regular schedule. Reading a
yeah,
little bit
that's neat. Yeah, that's
here and
neat.
there to promote my writing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
Sounds great. Well, go get your food
yep,
and we
yep.
shall see you around on the YouTube streets.
Okay, you said at 7 Eastern Standard on Saturday.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, and then I usually do
Okay.
6 on Sunday is like the usual. So, okay, all right,
Okay. It'll be
okay,
hit and miss,
bye.
but we'll see each other again.
Oh
All
yeah,
right. Thanks.
definitely.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, everybody that's not watching right now, but in the future, bye, everybody. Y'all have a good week and Happy New Year. And as always, remember,